Hello, I am RJB, and today we return with Leebokgu, taking on the biggest and the best streamers of Brood War fastest map. We're gonna kick off with Doey against Leebokgu, and afterwards we'll have Brain and Minchul up for the shot as well. Can Leebokgu take on these players and take a win, or is he gonna fall flat on his face and get beaten? Let's see what's gonna happen. I am curious. Leebokgu has shown himself many times, again and again, to be a very strong player, but so have his opponents. His opponents have proven themselves to be, rightfully, the biggest and the best. Although I must admit, Doey here on the name Whitney Houston on the Purple Terran is more so known for his team play, not necessarily for his 1v1 skills, which he does have, but considering he doesn't play 1v1 all that much, he isn't that fine-tuned as some of the other players on this lineup today are. So he's going for an unusually early scout there with the SCV, something we don't often see, but we're seeing it right here happening right now. And actually, he's going to find where Leebokgu is located pretty much on the first attempt. But he's going to find that there's two gateways there, and that means he might regret his choice to send out that early SCV this early, because this is a very, very extraordinarily unusually early SCV scout. Usually we don't see it until after the barrack finishes. Usually we see it after that first barrack finishes, but he sent it out way in advance. And that does hurt his income a bit. He lost, I think, about 60 minerals in total, maybe even more, but that does slow him down a little bit. And against a gateway opening, you don't really want to lose out on anything as a Terran, because you're going to need it to prevent any losses, any deaths of your Marines, anything that can make you fall behind on your opponent. You don't really want that. So back to normal speed. Back to normal speed. Leebokgu is doing the standard mid-spawn build order. Whenever you spawn on one of the middle spawns, 12, 3, 6, or 9, most Protosses go for 2 gateways into a nexus, into a choke. Because it's simply easier to defend rushes when you have those 2 gateways. If you're a corner spawn, you can afford to usually go for nexus first instead of those 2 gateways, because the chances of getting rushed when you're on a corner spawn are simply smaller. There's more distance to cover, more distance to travel. It is harder to rush a corner spawn than it is to rush a middle spawn. The SCV there is still alive, keeps on running circles getting information, although I think Doey would still, regardless of whether he sees it, know what Leebokgu is doing. It's just helpful to make sure and to confirm that what he wants to be happening is indeed happening. What he expects to be happening is indeed happening. Now, Leebokgu's Cybercore here is a little bit delayed by I think about 20 or 10 seconds, somewhere in between. Not exactly optimal, but he has that pressure from the Zealots waiting here at the front door of Doey's base, who is adding on a command center in the back, responds to the Zealot pressure here from Leebokgu, pulls backwards a little bit, actually starts losing some of his Marines there before he deals any return damage. Decides to deal return damage, but the micro here is not really working out that well for Doey. Walks himself into a corner, literally and figuratively. But the SCV pull there, this is turning out really badly for Doey here. This is turning out really, really bad. This shouldn't have gone like this. Made a small mistake that's now snowballing into a bigger mistake because he's losing all of his units, and this is the kind of damage I was talking about that you don't want to occur when you are the Terran. This is the worst case scenario. We almost never ever see this happen. But Leebokgu getting a massive, massive edge and massive lead here over Doey, and I really am starting to think that Doey is... This game is going to snowball out of his control. He's already further behind in worker count than he should be. He has pretty much no army at all, just some firebats there to defend, but these firebats are going to keep dying as the more Zealots are going to keep streaming in. It's going to take a miracle for him to not succumb to his wounds, because he's bleeding pretty badly here. Leebokgu can do anything he wants and he can end the game. He can switch over into Dragoons, he can switch over into Dark Templars, he can switch over into Zealot Speed with level 1 attack, or he can just simply go for what he intended to do, and that is getting a support bay with Shuttle and Double Reaver. He can do anything he wants and he would probably still come out on top. The game just started out that poorly for Dowie. This literally is as bad as it can be. I mean, I've seen some players lose just to the 2 gateways by making a mistake. Though he made a mistake, he survived it. Close call. There was a chance he could die, or could have died there, to just the 2 gateway pressure. It doesn't really happen often. I think I've seen it happen once or twice, so it's very rare. But I've actually seen Hamburger Sasu die to it. So even some of the best 1v1 players can make those mistakes. This time it was Dowie. He was a very, very strong player, but it just didn't work out for him. Really just a freak accident. And now Leebokgu, with almost a 40 supply lead over Dowie, is looking to get his Double Reaver going. Zealot Speed is on the way, not getting level 1 attack. He can afford it, but he's not getting level 1 attack. He's getting a Citadel, a Templar's Archive instead, probably saving up those minerals for an early Storm upgrade. So you can get Templars for a Templar drop, or simply a frontal push with Storms. He has a lot of options up his sleeve that are all viable and possible. Reavers are about to finish. He's going to move those Zealots here into the front and start a frontal Reaver shuttle push along with Zealot support. There's one bunker in the front here. There's a tank which will soon have siege mode, but not soon enough because he's behind on schedule. He got slowed down so much that his siege mode hasn't even finished yet. So speed there on those Zealots going to finish up very soon. He might not even... He's going to decide to wait for the Zealot speed. I had a feeling that he might just go for the push without speed because there's a real... I mean, his army right now is stronger than Dowie's, but he's just making sure. Just making sure to kill the Firebat bunker so the Zealots don't unnecessarily die to Firebats in the bunker, because that happens all the time as well. Zealots don't do that well against Firebats in bunkers. Now he kills the turret. Queues up 5 Dark Templars. He wants to clear out turrets on the side or everywhere. He wants to clear out the detection options that Dowie has. Now this already looks like an army from Leebokgu that can end the game. If he gets a Scarab off on that tank, if he gets his... Oh, the Reavers can't shoot on the tank. The Reavers can't shoot on the tank. They can't shoot on it. One of those stupid Reaver-pathic interactions, and it just so happens to save Dowie's life. Reaver bros, Orange or bros, they're the hoes who are gonna bring you down, because boy did the Reavers disappoint. If the Reavers managed to get a shot off on that tank, the game was over, but the Reavers just being stupid saves Dowie's life. For now, because he's still pretty far behind. There's about 25 worker difference, about 50 supply difference as well. Leebokgu still has a massive advantage over Dowie. But Dowie can now make a comeback, because he survived that attack, which maybe gives him a chance to somehow, maybe not die soon. Not yet. The Dark Temples are coming in from the top side. They're going to clear out the turrets on the top side. And yeah, this is going to be very difficult for Dowie. He does have a lot of scan energy, but his bio army is very, very small, that these 5 Dark Templars are actually capable of killing it all. It's now 6 Dark Templars. I have a feeling he's gonna support those Dark Templars with Zealots and drops. Basically, he's distracting and annoying Dowie, creating weaknesses with the Dark Templars on the sides that are going to allow his follow-up attack to finish Dowie off. There comes the scan. He's gonna have to run away those Dark Templars, but the Dark Templars are getting surrounded by the Firebats and the Marines. Push through a corner, but they stay alive for a little bit just too long, and the scan duration ends. So that means he can start killing stuff there on the side once again, while Leebokgu is very calmly and very quickly and controlledly building a base. He's got a lot of gateways finished up. He's adding on more. He has no cannons around his main at all. He's got like 4 of them. He doesn't need more because there's simply no chance of a tank drop coming in. He's just spending his money where he can and where he needs it to. He's not spending on things that he doesn't need. he's spending exactly on the things he needs. Dark Templars on the top side really doing great harm, opening up a lot of offensive options for Leebokgu. The Dark Templars do get cleared out eventually though, and Doi now still on half the supply of his opponent. Got supply blocked for a small little period of time as the Dark Templars took down some of the depots and the turrets on the edges. A large shuttle drop there has been prepared, though I don't see anything in there yet. He's going to load some Templars and Zealots for sure. I think he's going to go for a double attack. Frontal attack, supported by shuttles that can land anywhere he wants them to. You can unload those shuttles anywhere in this base, all over Doi's face, and just end the game once and for all, and move on to the next defender. Because Leebokgu is challenging the best of the best. Although Doi here not having a great showing, I must admit he's not having a great showing. Leebokgu comes in with the frontal attack there. Zealots are trying to get on top of the tanks, getting on top of the tanks. He starts unloading his shuttles there as well. Templar storming on everything, and yeah, he gets a lot of marine kills there. And actually, he didn't even have to storm, because everything is just going to go down to the superior army size of Leebokgu. Doi here is just cracking under the pressure. There's nothing here that he can do to stay alive. I mean, we pretty much already knew it was gonna go this way when we saw the early 2-gate pressure having such an effect, dealt so much damage with the 2-gate waves at the start, that Doi honestly didn't really stand a chance any longer, anymore. Game was pretty much already over. Yeah, that was Leebokgu against Doi, which now means we're going into game number 2, where Leebokgu goes up against none other than the Brain. The Brain himself. So let's see, how is he gonna perform against the Brain? Leebokgu against Brain. Protoss against Terran. Brain, of course, known as the single best, fastest player of all time. How is this gonna play out? We've seen these two play each other a couple times before, and most of the times, these matches between these two are really good. Leebokgu knows how to put just enough pressure onto Brain to push Brain to his limits. Not always, but most of the time, Leebokgu puts on a really strong, stellar performance that pushes Brain to use all of his abilities, all of his capabilities, and all of his brain power to beat Leebokgu. Not always, but there are those times where these matches between these two are very, very close. Brain there on the Terran is building a very ugly... Yeah, this is an ugly barracks configuration, but it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Not sure why this happened, but it happened. And sometimes things just happen. Sometimes things don't look pretty, but I do see that there's a function in here. Although I don't think he even put any thought into this, this just happened. It just happened. So everyone who has OCD, this is gonna trigger you as we're looking at it. And the way he saw the choke there in Leebokgu's choke, he saw the 2 cannons, so he knows that there's no longer a point in producing marines, so they're gonna add on a command center and another command center to boost up that economy. This is the most popular thing that I see almost every single Terran do when they're faced with 2 cannons in the choke by the Protoss. The Protoss basically can't attack, so might as well just add on a couple of more SCVs and boost up that economy and speed up the game. Alright, so Cybercore is getting a range. He's getting range. He's adding on 2 more gateways there as well. So this might actually be a potential punish on the very fast double command center, as Leebokgu is, instead of going for fast robotics, He's going for a fast Dragoon range and fast Dragoons to put pressure on the Brain, and to then follow that up with probably double Robo Reaver. Maybe something else, but that is the most likely option. There's a chance he might go for straight into Storm Drops instead of the Reavers. But the chances of Reavers are high, so I'm going to predict Reavers from Leebokgu. Adds on his third gas, because, well, you need more gas than usual if you're going to make Dragoons and Dragoon range in your robotics facility build order. Usually you can do it on 2 gas if you don't make Dragoons and range, because you're simply not spending the gas on Dragoons and range. Very simple concept, I guess. Yeah, single robo there. There's no Citadel of a Doom coming in. Not anytime soon. So I think he's going to add on a robo number 2 and a support bay afterwards. And that means we're going to see Dragoon Reaver. He doesn't want to show his cards just yet, though. Although, now he's going. He's pushing. Walks into the Marines. Marines are there to deal some damage to the Dragoons, but Dragoons are a little bit stronger, so Marines are pulling away. Although more Marines are coming into the middle to get us around on those Dragoons. He's trying to trap them, bait them into overextending. Goes back in. He's got range on the way for his Marines and level 1 attack as well. Pushes them back. Back at home, he's got Machine Shop being added on. He's got the Engineering Bay getting level 1 attack. He's got medics there on the way as well, and a bunker being built there in the front to keep those Dragoons out. And yes, we are actually seeing that Leebokgu is putting some successful pressure onto Brain, but Brain is buying himself a great amount of time there. Gets the Marines into the bunkers, but I think Leebokgu is going to kill the bunker with ease, as the SCVs are not being pulled to the... They are being pulled to the front, but not really having success because they arrive a little bit too late, but the medics there building up the Marines are actually pushing those Dragoons back. Medic Marine, pretty damn strong against Dragoons. Dragoons don't deal full damage against Marines because they deal, not sure what damage they deal anymore. I kind of forgot what damage they deal, but he buys himself enough time pushing those Dragoons back away from his base as he's building bunkers to buy himself time and keep the Dragoons out of the base. But you're in his base, though. You're in his base. One Reaver has finished. Reaver number 2 is on the way. He's gonna go for a Reaver drop, probably on the backside there. The siege mode is gonna finish up. It is finished up. So unloading Reavers here in the front would get them to take tank damage. So the front bust attack is not gonna happen. He's going to have to fly in over the side and try to kill some SCVs there, or try to deal damage on the side. But there's a chance he might still go for that frontal push. I don't agree with it if he does it, but he's going to try it nonetheless. And he changed his mind. Goons got pulled back, pushed back there from the choke by the tanks. He's going to go for a side attack. He's got a couple more shuttles on the way. Nothing to put in them, though. Goes in for the side attack. There's nothing here that is going to spot this, so he flies in. He's going to fly around the turret there, as you can see it. And yeah, he goes in straight for the backside there, and Brain actually doesn't have that much. Although here, I think Leebokgu makes a small mistake there by unloading here instead of flying in deeper. I think if you flew in deeper, you could have landed the Reaver here close to the SCVs and got a shot off on the SCVs and maybe killed a couple of them. But he decides to play it safe and bring those Reavers to safety. Not get any results, but not getting any results and playing it safe also gives Brain more time to set up a perfect defense, which Brain is very, very good at. Brain is very good at defending. He's building turrets up on the hill, but the Dragoons up on the hill are taking down the turrets. Now the tanks are sieging up though, so goodbye Dragoons. This is annoying from Leebokgu, but it doesn't actually result in much. Didn't gain much. Brain defended successfully. Leebokgu played it very safe, perhaps a little bit too safe, but he is still in the race. He went for triple Nexus. He's got 74 probes. He's very rich. He actually already hit the amount of probes he needs for the remainder of the game. He's gonna build a massive Doom drop. You see a lot of Reavers being constructed there. So a lot of shuttles there as well. Zealous also ready to be loaded up. He wants to go for a drop that hits hard on the very first attempt. The very first attempt, gonna hit hard. That is the plan. That is the plan Leebokgu has, and let's see if it's gonna work. Brain though, Brain scanned it just now with his scan, so he knows it's on the way. He's setting up bunkers there at his main, getting more Marines in between the pathway that Leebokgu has to go over. Has no vision up on this hill here yet. Has vision on the top hill there though. The front is a little bit exposed to a mass drop and a frontal bust attack. But I really think Leebokgu is just going to try to go straight for the backside there and end it with a simple, fast mass Reaver drop. Some Zealots in the mix as well. I'm going to try to kill the SVs and the main. That's his plan. Is Brain going to allow this to happen? Or is he prepared enough? Flies in, ignores the corner there. There's a lot of Marines and Firebass in the backside. Gonna unload there on the... Yeah, this is a lot of Reavers, but the Reavers not really getting that much damage down. And actually they all go down to the tanks on the top side. Bunker also helping out tremendously. Marines there to finish off the Reavers, and that didn't go too well. That didn't go too well for our challenger Leebokgu. A very big investment, but no results to speak of. No results whatsoever to write home about. There's if carriers on the way already though, only 10 minutes in. Only 3 gateways were used this game so far. Just goes straight into carriers. Now Brain of course has been scanning diligently, so he knows that of course carriers are on the way. This is a funny configuration there on the top side as well. It actually all fits perfectly, but never seen this done like this before. He's getting ghosts. He's gonna get ghosts for lockdown against drops and the carriers. I like that choice. We don't really see it often, but it looks really cool. It looks really cool. And I do believe it's actually pretty darn strong against the method that Koreans use when they get carriers. They get carriers with Corsairs most of the time. But that actually means that there aren't that many carriers. So if you get a couple of ghosts for lockdown, like 10 of them, most of the time you can lock down every single carrier the Protoss has. Although Brain here is getting impatient, he's moving out there for the attack with his tanks. He knows that Leebokgu is stuck waiting for his carrier. So he moves out right here, right now, gonna kill the block there on the middle, and hopefully bust down that front door of Leebokgu. But Leebokgu has Reavers with shuttles, or shuttles with Reavers. Let's word it like that. And he's got some carriers already finished, so he's got an easy pathway into Brain's base. Now Brain still has some units in the back. 1 tank, 2 bunkers, that's actually not that much. He's trying to end this game really, really quick. And Leebokgu actually still doesn't have interceptor capacity finished. But the Reavers are loading at the bottom side, and that's a massive hit there on the Marines. A lot of Marines are going down. That is a huge chunk eaten out of Brain's army size. Luckily though, he's got 6 barracks, he's got 3 factories. He can rebuild an army pretty quick. But currently, I don't think Leebokgu has anything to worry about with this army pushing across the map. Intercepted capacity also finished up, so he's gonna have a real strong force ready to knock down the sides, knock down the backside as well very soon. But the ghosts are there in between the drop path. He's unloading on the bottom corner actually, not going straight for the backside there. Unloads the Reavers, but the Reavers are taking heavy amounts of damage there from the bunkers. The Reavers aren't actually killing the bunkers that quick, that fast. And actually, I think the Reavers are going to go down without really achieving all that much. Although they do take out the bunkers there. 1 Reaver is still left alive, but there's a Ghost there coming in, ready to lock it down. But it goes down before it hits 100 energy. At the same time there, though, Brain tried to break down the front choke here from Leebokgu, but Leebokgu is going to defend it with his carriers. Only a couple Marines left alive to defend against it. Tanks are unseating and rolling away to fight another day. And Brain defends the attack on the bottom corner successfully. Doesn't really take much damage at all because most of his depots and armories are on the top side here on the side. So he didn't lose his ability to build Valkyries or Goliaths, although he's not making either of them at the moment. He's sticking with Ghosts and Marines. He's getting a lot of Marines upgrades, actually. He's fully upgrading his Marines. He's got level 2 weapon, level 1 armor, level 2 armor soon finishing up. Lockdown now on the way as well. His tank armor and weapon also finishing up very soon. He's on level 0-1 at the moment. Carrier is breaking down Cursor on the side. Marine, though, are coming to the bottom side, ready to take down those interceptors with the stim attack. That's something Marines are actually really good at. Marines are pretty damn good at taking down interceptors. You stim them and just A-move them, and interceptors die pretty quick. It's kind of like Valkyries that are also actually specifically really good against interceptors, but without the AoE damage. There's a lot of ghosts there, though. I really like this ghost count. The ghost count here is very high. Leebokgu is going to try to come in there. The ghosts don't really have enough energy on most of them. A couple of them probably do, but I'm not going to click on every single one of them to find out if one of them does. Drop there also ready to go in. Drop there is hanging outside of reach, outside of vision. Doesn't want to go in just yet. Doesn't feel that it's safe because there's tanks on the bottom side there. So they're going to kill those Reavers the moment they unload. So now the ghosts get the chance to get up to 100 energy. And we're going to see some lockdowns very soon as Leebokgu is still peeling away at the sides there. But Brain is defending this without issue. The Marine Ghost army is doing really, really well. Now he's moving out for the attack though, and this might be a small mistake there from Brain. As Leebokgu is going to try to go for the backside there from the bottom corner here, as Brain is moving out to attack. Brain is moving out to attack. Now, Leebokgu did build a lot of cannons there in the choke, and a couple of Templars as well. So Leebokgu is very well prepared for an attack from Brain, which mostly exists and consists of bio units. But Reavers have landed there on the scene. Reavers are taking down all the depots there in the bottom corner, and this is actually going to hurt Brain a lot, as there's no tanks to defend. He does have a lot of lockdowns though, but the damage has been done. He lost a lot of his depots, losing a lot of his armor here on the bottom side as well. Doesn't have enough lockdowns to lock down the very last Reaver, and the very last Reaver is actually going to hurt him pretty badly. The carriers here though are defending. Well, actually he couldn't defend the cannons that were built here. The Reavers in the end do all slowly, very, very slowly, too slowly, go down. A little bit too slowly. Carriers are on the side also. Finally free from a lockdown. Reaver goes down just before the lockdown there ends, but now he's got shells coming in, but they got locked down as well, though two of them make their way through to the back side there. There's a Templar in there. Templar storms. Templar Storm does get about 24, 22, 26 SCVs in total. But that was a really good Templar Storm. The lockdowns are cute and effective, but he didn't have enough of them. And yeah, this army here from Brain has also gone down. Everything has been killed. Still has a couple of units on the bottom side, waiting to intercept the carriers as they move out. But Leebokgu has, he's got observers here, so he knows this is here. Now throwing out some leftover probe to open up some supply space for more carriers, more Templars, more units. A lot of cannons in the choke there. He doesn't have much production. He's got 6, 7, 8 starboards. He's now adding on a lot more gateways for the potential tech switch into Zealots or Dark Templars. Brain is moving into the middle, planning to go for the attack. He's waiting and grouping up in the middle. Leebokgu though is going for the attack on the bottom corner, and Brain is relying on just a couple of ghosts to defend himself from the carries. He's planning on using lockdown, but there comes a drop there from Leebokgu at the same time as well. Locks one of them. Is he gonna get number 2? Can't get number 2, can't get number 3. Templars are reloading, Templars are running away. SCVs are running away. Doesn't lose that many of his SCVs actually. The storms do connect in the end. Gets about another 13. Nuclear alarms are coming down there on the choke. He's gonna take down this choke in one fell swoop. One nuke, and it's all gonna go down. I like this from Brain. He's actually playing really smart. Get taken down. Carriers are coming in from the side though to end this army once and for all. But there comes the lockdown. That's 1. That's 2. Do we hear number 3? Number 3. We got number 4, we got number 4, number 5 coming in soon as well. Number 5 there. Only a couple carriers left alive to fight for this defense. That's 6, that's 7, that's 8, that's 9. This is perfect. I wanna get this in the screenshot. Locked down carriers. Yeah, I like the sight of locked down carriers. Oh no, I almost showed everything. So yeah, the carriers not doing all that well, but they do clear out the army here, mostly. All the ghosts have been killed, EMP comes down on the carriers. Carriers don't like the EMP, loss of the shields has happened. Tanks are besieging, tanks gonna roll away. One of the few things I really like from Brain's play is always preserving his tanks. So he somewhat took down pretty much the entire choke there. The robos are untouched, still alive. The carriers didn't go down either. He did get a lockdown on almost all of them, but none of the carriers went down. More lockdowns coming in, though he's got Goliaths into the mix this time as well. He's making Ghost, Goliath, Tank, and Vessels. Vessels for the EMP and detection, Goliaths to take down the air, and Ghost to lock them down. There's a shuttle here. Throws down a scan somewhere. Where did he throw down the scans? He threw the scans all over the base. Sees mostly the Reavers, so Brain knows that Reaver drop probably on the way sometime soon. Carrier's going for the attack there, though. A lot of ghosts line up, to once again lock them up and keep them out of the fight. But actually, Brain is not going to plan on using those ghosts for defending. He's going for the attack. And attacking is going to pull those carriers back to Leebokgu's choke. Drop comes in there, though. Drop gets locked down just in time, and the Templar gets sniped as well. Just in time. Yeah, the choke there once again getting broken down. Carriers once again forced to retreat back home to defend. Brain is just not allowing Leebokgu to throw out consistent attacks. Yeah, this time around he got a way better combination. Now once again, here come the lockdowns. Here come the lockdowns. I really want to... Yeah, this is a great screenshot. This is better than the last one. He tried to nuke, but the nuke got killed instantly. Oh wait, no. This ghost there is nuking. We can see the ghost. Oh. He's flying away though. Okay, the ghost got killed. The nuke didn't happen. The ghost got taken down. But still, he lost a couple of his carriers. He's got 5 of them, 4 of them. He lost 5, 6 of them. He lost 6 of them out of the 12 or 10 he had. And he's also losing his Reavers in the front there. Wait, no, he still got the Reavers inside. Oh, the shuttles! Oh, he got all... Oh, wow, he got all of the shuttles locked down while they were stacked up. That is insane! That is insane! That was the fastest lockdown I've ever seen in my life. So the shuttles all got taken down, didn't really do much. It's a massive supply loss for Leebokgu, because I think he had about 6 or 7 or 8 Reavers in those shuttles, and they were effectively useless. This is some of the best use of ghosts I've seen in my life, actually. This is some of the best use of ghosts I've seen in my life. So more Goliaths, more tanks, more ghosts streaming in to finish off Leebokgu, who is in a really tight spot here because he's got pretty much nothing to defend with. He has a lot of units in production, mostly carriers, more lockdowns there, and Leebokgu loses the game, doesn't even call the GG, and Brain is the victor of the day. Brain with absolutely perfect play, actually. This looked almost perfect. I don't have much to say. It looked like he was playing really risky, and he probably was, but every single time it all just worked out perfectly. He was playing on low minerals, he only had 63 SCVs, had almost no money in the bank. But he was using everything to maximum effectiveness. That was tight. Tight, absolutely tight. Very tight stuff from Leebokgu. Alright. So that was Brain's game. Let's see what's up next. Actually, we have another Leebokgu against Brain Game. Leebokgu goes against Brain again. Let's see what's gonna happen. Can he redeem himself after losing that Protoss against Terran just now? Or is Brain gonna walk away with another victory again? Again. Are you going to let him take that win from you again, Leebokgu, or are you going to beat the Brain, the #1 fastest player in the world? Are you going to do it? Actually, I'm not sure if this is actually Leebokgu himself, because there's an exclamation mark behind his name, and I haven't seen that before. So actually there is a small bit of doubt whether this is actually Leebokgu, but let's just assume that it is. I don't know if he is, but let's just assume that this is Leebokgu on the Terran. Brain on the yellow Zerg on the 11 o'clock spawn location. Scouts southways, and Leebokgu starts with the depot there back at home. He's probably gonna go for command center first because he's saving up money. Usually you would have the barracks already being built. So +1 command center it is. Hatchery there back at home. No choke from Brain, he's going chokeless. Might go for a double hatchery before the pool. That is something that's very common for non-choke Zerg build orders. Double hatchery it is. Might even go for triple hatchery. Chances are small though. Chances are non-existent though. Because otherwise he would go for hatchery, pool, gas. He's going for gas and a pool in that order. So hatchery, hatchery, gas, pool. There's the pool. So double barracks coming out there from Leebokgu. Third barracks are also on the way. Command center should finish soon. He isn't making a supply depot yet because the command center finishing up is going to open up that supply space. So he's already at the start, spending his minerals as efficient as he can. Gas there being mined for Brain. Not much of interest is happening yet though. He's saving up for speed and Zerglings. That's why his money is so high. That's why he isn't making his 4th hatchery yet. He wants Zerglings and speed. Maybe he wants a lair, but most likely Zergling speed. There's Zergling speed. And some Zerglings being queued up there as well. Got the lair there on the way too. So yeah, Zergling speed lair, most likely gonna go for lurkers. That's just a wild guess. Might go for mulisks as well. Both options are great, both options are fun. Leebokgu has finally started scouting. Academy there on the way. Got the command center finished up. Finds out where Brain is located. Now there's a small little thing here that is actually really important for us, the viewers. Because Leebokgu went for the command center before the barracks, everything he can do is actually delayed. And that works out just perfect. Just absolutely perfect for Brain. Because Brain now has more time to build up untouched, unharmed, without damage. It's going to be a Spire or a Den. Spire it is. He's going to go for Zergling. Well, the Zerglings are actually already out, and he isn't making any more Zerglings, so it's going to be just Mutalisks without Zergling support. The Zerglings are actually just here to keep Leebokgu the hell out of his base. Getting a sunken colony there as well, just to be sure, just to be safe. Whereas Leebokgu is getting a very fast starport. Still on 4 barracks. Most of the time we see a Terran playing against a non-choke Zerg go for 4 or 5 barracks. He's staying on 3. He's staying on 3. Adding on more gas there, now 30 SCVs. He's pretty rich, but Brain is catching up there with his own 23. Adding on number 24. 25, actually. 25 drones. Spire is soon finishing up. He's saving up minerals and gas for mutas. He's also going to save up larva, so he can instantly make as many mutalisks as he can. Probably about 8 or 9. Somewhere in between. Probably 8. The Spire going to finish up soon, and then we'll have 800. Maybe going to go for 900. 8 of them queued up. Might queue up number 9. There's number 9. Number 10. Number 11 probably as well. Number 11 also queued up. But the Marines are already on the move. The Marines are on the move, ready to go for the attack. There's 2 Sunkens morphing and a 3rd one there on the way as well. But Leebokgu does not want to allow Brain to get those mutalisks up and running and operational for the fight. 8 mutas are moving out. He sees the Marines, he knows they're there, he saw them move in with the Overlords. He's going to try to kill stuff there back at home. What's going to happen here? Is Brain going to deal some damage, or are these mutalisks not going to achieve much? The turrets are on the way, going to try to kill the Marines first, but he takes critical amounts of damage there on his mutalisks. He'll try to stop the turrets there, but more Marines and medics are there in the back. Also at the same time, he's pushing her at the front. Brain might have just made a mistake here. Brain might have just miscalculated this situation quite badly. This is strong as hell. A lot of Marines that I think are stronger than these mutalisks. There's a turret there as well. Can he kill the tank? Can he kill the Marines? Kills the medic. Marines are actually stepping into sunken range and taking some damage there themselves. That's a lot of mutalisks. This should be doable for Brain. But is his mutalisk control good enough to kill this without losing any more mutalisks? There's more being built there at home. He's got a vessel on the way. Radiate? I don't think so yet. He's sacrificing the tank. So Brain defends that one because the mutalisks, the Marines, kept stepping into sunken range, and I think he lost about 5 or 6 Marines in total to the Sunkens alone, and that allowed him to kill the Marines and the tanks. Marines are getting caught out there on the middle as well. The mutalisk count keeps growing. He's adding Zerglings into the mix as well. He's got 2 Scorches there to kill vessels. The Marine count here is pretty high, but is it high enough? He keeps weaving in and out. Loses a mutalisk, but kills a nice amount of Marines there as well. Oh, this is looking strong there for Brain. The Zerglings are coming in, but the Zerglings go down pretty damn fast. The turrets are finishing up there in the back, and the mutalisks are actually forced away. They're forced away from the choke, and Leebokgu defends that one a little bit too easily. Valkyrie there also finishes up, and the Valkyrie is going to force those mutalisks out of play. Brain is setting up a surround attack here on the middle, but Brain is not planning on moving out. He's actually sealing off the entrance. Oh, he's breaking it down. He's moving out. I jinxed it. I ruined it. He's moving out straight into Brain's trap. But is the trap strong enough? That's the question. Is this trap strong enough? Because Zerglings on both sides. The amount of mutalisks is growing. The amount of Zerglings is also growing. He's adding on more hatcheries. Goes for the attack that tries to micro, tries to get us around there, tries to go for a backstab attack while the army is moving out away from home. But there's a lot of structures there, a lot of Marines there as well, spawning soon as well. And he's actually not pulling back, he's going for the attack. He's ignoring the defenses back at home. He believes he can end the game right here, right now, with this push with the tanks and the Marines. Mutas are coming in from the backside there. It's going to try to kill the tank while he is forcing Leebokgu to multitask on 2 fronts. But just enough Marines have spawned, and the Zerglings here are going to go down, going to get cleaned up. Which means we're going to see this attack here from Leebokgu to take down the hatcheries there on the bottom side and push for the drones. Now the mutalisk Brain is looking to go in, looking to kill something, but the Valkyrie goes down. But so do the mutalisks. There's only a few of them left alive. Only 7 of them. That's actually a pretty good amount. The 2 more Valkyries are there on the scene, and Brain is gonna get torn to shreds there because he doesn't have anything left. He kills all the Marines. He kills the Marines. The Valkyries are there to save the day. Tanks are rolling up closer. Tanks are within range to shoot on the drones. Drones are gonna get it. Drones got taken down. And there's no drones left on the minerals. Valkyries got taken down as well. The tanks are gonna get taken down there as well by the couple Zerglings that are able to fight. But this game is over because now there's Valkyries ready to kill Overlords. And there's more units on the way. And that means we have 2 Zerglings, 4 Hydralisks to defend against an army that is simply way bigger. And Brain loses this one. Leebokgu comes out on top. Brain played a little bit too aggressive. It didn't work out. He lost more than he could afford. And Leebokgu beats Brain in Brain's worst matchup. Brain didn't play too shabby, just mistakes. Just mistakes. And everyone, even Brain, makes mistakes from time to time. Which means we're going into the final match. Leebokgu against Minchul. And this time, we're looking at a Protoss against Protoss between 2 Protoss against Protoss powerhouse players. Minchul is a Protoss main, Leebokgu is a Protoss main, and these 2 players are very well practiced in this matchup. What's gonna happen? In the past, we've seen Leebokgu win a set of PvP against Brain. We've seen it happen. He is really, really good. I think he's almost on the top 5 level of PvP in Korea on fastest map. He's top 5 PvP. And so is Minchul. Minchul is also in the top 5 of Protoss against Protoss. So just with that knowledge, I can't give either player the edge over the other. The only difference here being that Minchul plays the most aggressive Protoss you've ever seen in your life. Whereas Leebokgu is more so a macro player focused on multitasking, whereas Minchul is just guns blazing. Minchul is guns blazing, micro macro, multitasking madness. This guy wants to end games fast. He doesn't like to go for games that go beyond 10 minutes. And that's why we are seeing him go for a fast Dragoon build order. Probably fast Dragoon. 2 gateways gas is the safest PvP option to go for fast Dragoons. Now Leebokgu is playing it safe because he gets a forge before the gateway, so he's gonna get a cannon up and running to defend himself with against those exact zealots that Minchul is gonna try to use to deal some damage. There goes 2 gateways, there's no gas there yet. Whereas Minchul already has gas mining and his cybercore on the way. What could it be? Gets gas number 2, which means he slightly changed his plan to probably go for advanced tech. Not sure, but he wants to mine more gas. And usually when you do a single gas and stay on a single gas with a cybercore, most of the time players go for Dragoons because you can afford Dragoons with 1 gas. You can afford range and Dragoons. He gets 2 Dragoons actually. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe his plans are completely different than mine. Or maybe they are the same and I was just wrong about the optimization. Looks like I was just wrong about the optimization. Got Dragoon range coming in soon as well from Minchul. There's Dragoon range. So Dragoons are definitively on the menu. Leebokgu now is getting his own cybercore as well. Got 3 gateways, he's making zealots. 2 zealots from Minchul coming in to kill the cannon. He wants to kill the cannon, tries to get on top of a probe, but he can't kill the probe. Leebokgu pulls it away just in time, loses a zealot in the process. Leebokgu's own zealot that was inside of Minchul's base gets taken down. Adds on 2 more gateways, that's a lot of gateways. But I am sure he can afford to produce from every single one of them. Otherwise he wouldn't get 5 gateways. I don't feel comfortable with 5 gateways here. But he can do it. He can produce from 5. Yeah, there's a lot going on here right now. He's using Dragoons on 2 fronts to chase and keep those cells out of his base, but also to attack. Although it is impeding his micro just a little bit. Whereas Leebokgu has his Citadel of Adun finished, is getting a Templar's Archive as well. Which might mean he's either going to go for Speed Zealot into Dark Templar, or simply Dark Templars without Speed Zealots. And there's the speed. There is the speed. Yeah, Minchul is forced to keep some Dragoons back at home because Leebokgu keeps sending them across into his base. And since there's no cannon in the back to protect those probes, he has to pull back Dragoons to defend. And it actually gives Leebokgu some time to ball up a nice group of Zealots that Minchul has to micro away from because there's simply too many of them. There's no attack upgrade on the way from Leebokgu. He's simply banking on the 1 Dark Templar and the Zealot speed. 2 Dark Templars, in fact. 2 of them. He's managing to not lose his Zealots yet, as the amount of Dragoons in his base is growing steadily and quickly. Minchul might just take down some of those gateways if Leebokgu can't buy himself enough time. But the Dark Templars are spawning just exactly on time, which is gonna force those Dragoons away. Yeah, the Dark Templars are out. Dragoons are forced to run. The robotics facility has finished for Gensei, for Minchul, but the observatory has not. So he's forced to give Leebokgu some time to recover. Although he finds himself a great option there on the top side, going to take down the cannon, going to take down the Cybercore there. Forced to micro away now though, as the Zealots are coming in with speed. And Zealots with speed can go for a surround, so can the Dark Templars because they're just as fast. Dragoons are getting caught and surrounded. This is not going pretty for Minchul. He's losing more than he should. He's trying his best to micro to the best of his ability, but the Dark Templars keep blocking the Dark Templars, keep blocking the Dragoons, and they can't get out. He goes back in. No, he's greedy, he's hungry for blood, as the Observer is on the way. At a spawn just now is getting sent over on a rally. But the army size of Leebokgu here is growing and growing. More Dragoons are coming in from Minchul. Minchul has about 7 gateways finished and 2 more on the way for a total of 9. But Leebokgu is catching up. He's got 7 gateways of his own, 8 gateways, 9 gateways, and another 6. So a total of 15 gateways there from Leebokgu. If Minchul doesn't manage to critically damage Leebokgu here, Leebokgu is simply going to outmass his opponent. And we're actually already seeing the downsides of Minchul's game plan. Leebokgu has a lot of Zealots, Dark Templars as well, and he is actually capable and able to push those Dragoons out of his base. More units are coming in though. Minchul doesn't want to give up on the pressure, because if he gives up on the pressure, if he gives up and lets Leebokgu build up, the game is without a doubt over. He has to keep pushing and attacking. But he has to drop on the way. The shield is finished, but the Reaver itself is still being warped in. Got Zealot speed on the way, level 1 attack as well, and shuttle speed also queued up. He's got a Citadel of Adun there in the works. He's on 40 probes. His probe production has actually been perfect this game. It's been perfect. He hasn't missed a single second so far. He's still 20 probes behind though, because, well, having 1 Nexus less, of course, results in less probes. So he's gonna feel that one. The consequences of being down in probes, he's gonna feel that one. But a drop there comes in, although it's not a drop, it is in fact a Zealot, a Reaver trying to kill some Zealots there with some Reaver Shuttle Micro, but he's forced to retreat already. Forced to already retreat. He's waiting for Reaver number 2 to pick it up and assist his Dragoon Zealot Dark Templar army for a frontal attack, but Leebokgu has his units spread out to the side so that whenever Minchul comes into the front door, he can go for a surround and make it very difficult for Minchul to fight. Although Minchul is actually going for a spread there on the top side, which kind of counteracts the surround tactic Leebokgu was going for. It somewhat does, but it doesn't entirely. Oh wait, the Reavers are unloaded on the bottom side there on the ground. A lot of units from Leebokgu coming in to go for the surround. There's a Dark Templar on the Reaver. Reaver stays alive by not much. Yeah, the Reaver is not enough to leverage the fight into Leebokgu's favor. Leebokgu defends that one easily, comes out on top in the supply count. His army is bigger. Minchul has a Storm Drop finished, which Leebokgu currently still does not have. He has no shuttles. He does have the technology finished, but he has nothing to Templar drop with. Whereas Minchul already has a shuttle on the way. Leebokgu, though, is ready to intercept it. Dragoons are walking the wrong direction. Shuttle comes in. Shuttle's going to unload there next to the probes. The probes are running away just in time, though. Gets a storm off. How many does he kill? He kills 20 probes. 20 probes. He evened up the probe count, but he's still behind by about 40 supply. 30 supply. But he has, I think, just enough gateways to even up the supply count just in time. Because I don't think Leebokgu is going to go for the attack. Leebokgu is going to stay here back at home and defend. He's going to stay and defend. He wants to stop the follow-up drop from happening. The shield is finished. The Templar has finished as well. Oh wait, no, he's not going to wait. But Leebokgu is maxed out. He's moving out. He's going to go for the frontal attack there. Settlers are coming in there, coming in hot. Going to try to break down the front door here. Going to try to kill this army here. Balled up in the choke. There's still no drop on the way from Leebokgu, but he has Templars finished up, ready to be loaded up whenever the shuttle itself finishes. Now Leebokgu finds himself unable to break through, but the Templar Storm comes in. Templar is going to storm. Templar is going to kill Templar. Alright, about 28 kills there on the Templar Storm. I caught it just in time. Leebokgu is feeling this one. He's feeling it, Mr. Krabs. He is feeling it, and he isn't liking it. 28 probes against 56 from Minchul. Leebokgu has fallen behind, even though he won the rock, paper, scissors build order selection. He has fallen behind. Minchul is just playing absolutely superb. His spending has been non-stop. His macro has been on point. His micro also been pretty good. His game plan also been pretty damn good. Minchul has been playing like a powerhouse player, but Leebokgu is maxed out while having 33 less probes. His army is bigger. Has a drop here on the way. There's nothing in between the drop. The probes are running away though. He knows the drop is coming. He knows the drop is coming. There's nothing to storm there in the back side there, and the drop is completely wasted as Minchul goes for the frontal attack. They're going to try to break through the front door. Both players have about even upgrades there. Level 2 attack there for Leebokgu. Level 1 attack there for Minchul. Level 2 attack is on the way, but the level 2 attack for Leebokgu might actually get him some pretty great results in the defense. Although the Reavers are in the backside, the Reavers are the difference maker. The Reavers are doing so much damage to Leebokgu's army. But I really do think the level 2 attack there for Leebokgu is the game changer. Drop comes in, drop hits something, but not that many. Drop, I think, got about a couple probes on the gas, but nothing on the minerals. So that means the supply lead still in favor of Leebokgu at the moment, because he simply has more gateways, but the income is higher for Minchul. The income for Minchul is currently higher. Leebokgu is even forced to make Dark Templars for the defense, which usually is a bad sign of desperation. Drop comes in, Shuttle is unloading. Shuttle's gonna unload his Templar on the scene. The probes are running away. Probes are getting stormed. He loses way too many probes. How many did he get? He gets 21. Leebokgu is repeatedly getting hit or right in the face, a liver blow. And yeah, he just keeps falling and toppling over. This game is not looking that good. Leebokgu is now so far behind in probe count that Minchul can honestly just send out attacks and drain Leebokgu's army size down and down and down. He doesn't have to go for any complicated plays at this moment. He can just force Leebokgu to spend his money and not give him the chance to comfortably recover. But there's a drop on the way from Leebokgu. Minchul knows the drop is on the way, but he has his Dragoons on the wrong side. But there's a pylon there on the top side that might spot out the shuttle, unless the shuttle flies over this portion here right on the left of the pylon. And it does. Comes in. No probe dodge yet. Templar arrives. Templar gonna storm. Templar storm. Templar gets 6 kills. 6 kills. Minchul was just in time with the storm dodge. Just in time. Now goes for the frontal attack there on Leebokgu. Leebokgu's army size is about the same because he has less probes, but he can't. Oh, he got the drop storm. He got the storm drop there. Killed about 9 this time. But there comes the fight. We're looking at a storm drop in the bottom corner. Storm drops. 3-4 power Templars storming everything to death. Only 0 probes left. Leebokgu couldn't get the win. He only got a win against Doey and a win against Brain, but also a loss against Brain, and now a loss against Minchul. Minchul played this one really, really well. This is a really, really good PvP from Minchul. That was really well played. It was close to the edge. That is the Korean style. They play close to the edge. They do exactly what is needed. Not more, sometimes less, but usually not more than what is needed. As efficient as can be. And that's it for today. Leebokgu gets 2 wins against Doey, Brain, and Minchul combination. I do think the Doey, Brain, and Minchul combination wins this one. They win this one. Brain winning the TVP. Well, that's a pretty convincing. It weighs heavier than winning a PvT. Winning a TVP is, to me, more impressive than the other way around. And of course, then Minchul winning the match that's a PvP on even grounds, equal chances, equal opportunities. Minchul wins. So to me, Doey, Brain, and Minchul win this one over Leebokgu. Even though the score is 2-2, I'm giving it to the streamer team. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you come back for another video sometime soon. And I hope you have a great day. It was RJB for RJBTV. RJBTV. And have a great day.